Hello everyone! New World has a classless system, which means that you can switch between different roles easily, and all that matters is how you distribute your attribute points. When you start the game, you will have 5 points in every attribute: Strength, Dexterity, Intelligence, Focus and Constitution. From leveling up your character to the max level of 60, you get 190 points that you can freely invest into any of the 5 attributes. The rest attribute points come from your gear and food. All 5 armor pieces, 3 jewelry pieces, both weapons and a shield can have attributes. Most legendary items on the highest gear score can have 25-30 points of any attribute. There's also food that gives extra 30 points of any attribute for 30 minutes. As you can see, getting around 300 attribute points additionally to 190 points from leveling is possible. You can respec your attribute points at any time. Until character level 20, respec is for free. After that it costs gold. For example, at highest character level of 60 it will cost you 500 gold to redistribute all 190 points, while at level 55 the price in the closed beta was 440 gold. You can build your character the way that respec doesn't require any gold. Invest your 190 points from leveling into Constitution, as that is needed for most builds anyway, and then just switch your gear and use proper food. This way, you just by changing your armor, jewelry and weapons in just 5-10 seconds can switch from 300 strength build into 300 dexterity, intelligence or focus build completely for free. Of course, in some cases you might want to go over 300 points, and then you will need to spend gold to use those extra 190 points somewhere else than the Constitution. But in most cases you can get away with just swapping your gear. Also, as far as I know, all attributes now have diminishing returns after level 100 or so. In the preview, Constitution was the only attribute that had no diminishing returns, but they changed that. Now Constitution has diminishing returns on the amount of hit points granted per level, the more points you invest. It starts at 25 hit points granted per attribute point and decreases gradually until you get 21 hit point per attribute. Sadly, I forgot to test if the other 4 attributes still have diminishing returns, so if you have tested how much damage increases per point under 100, from 101 to 200 and above 300 for the exact same weapon, please let me know. Now let's talk about what weapons benefit from which attributes. Single attribute weapons have only a primary attribute, and the way this single attribute scales is considered to be baseline of 100%. Warhammer and Great Axe scales of strength, Bow of Dexterity, Fire Staff and Ice Gauntlet scales of Intelligence, Life Staff of Focus. For dual attribute weapons, the primary attribute scales at 90% compared to a single attribute weapons, and the secondary attribute scales at 65% compared to a single attribute weapons. Sword and Hatchet scales of Strength as a primary and Dexterity as secondary. Rapier and Musket scales of Dexterity and Intelligence. Spear scales of Strength and Dexterity. So when would you want to split your points between 2 or more attributes, except for the Constitution? Well, every attribute has bonuses for every 50 points invested, and sometimes those bonuses might be useful for your build. Usually though, your build will benefit from bonuses that come with 200 to 300 points invested more than from multiple 50 or 100 point bonuses. But it's still a choice that players can make. These bonuses did undergo some changes, so make sure that you check them in the live build to learn what bonuses every 50 invested points provide for every attribute, or check New World's fans webpage for the current bonuses. But some of them are really cool and not only for combat. As Strength governs mining, Dexterity skinning, Intelligence harvesting, Focus fishing and Constitution logging, with bonuses like increased gathering speed, extra yield, decreased weight of gathered items and so on. That is all about attribute points, weapons and classes in a nutshell. Thanks for watching and see you in Aeternum.